The sun was just beginning to bleed over the horizon, painting the Nubian desert in molten gold and crimson. In the silence, broken only by the wind's mournful song, a line of dark, angular silhouettes rose from the sand pyramids, hundreds of them, clustered in lonely defiance against time. This was not Egypt, but Sudan, a land whose ancient secrets have long been eclipsed by its northern neighbor. Yet here, in the forgotten kingdom of Kush, lies a mystery that has confounded archaeologists, inspired conspiracy theorists, and captivated the imaginations of all who dare to look beyond the obvious. It was in the winter of year 1834 that Giuseppe Ferlini, an Italian treasure hunter with a taste for the dramatic, first stumbled upon the Pyramids of Meroë. He was not a scholar, but a man driven by greed and the promise of gold. With dynamite and reckless ambition, he blasted his way into the heart of these ancient tombs, expecting to find riches beyond measure. What he found instead was a riddle. The pyramids were smaller than those at Giza, but far more numerous, over 200, scattered across the desert like chess pieces abandoned by the gods. Their walls were inscribed with hieroglyphs, their chambers filled with the dust of forgotten royalty. Ferlini's crude methods destroyed much, but he could not erase the questions that lingered in the ruins. Who built these pyramids? Why here, in the heart of Africa, far from the Nile's fertile embrace? And what secrets did they guard, buried beneath centuries of sand and silence? The story of the Sudanese pyramids begins not with Egypt, but with the rise of the Kingdom of Kush civilization, as old as the pharaohs, yet shrouded in mystery. The Kushites were master builders, warriors, and traders, their empire stretching from the cataracts of the Nile to the Red Sea. For centuries, they rivaled Egypt in power and prestige, even conquering it at one point, and ruling as the Black Pharaohs. But while Egypt's pyramids have become icons, the Kushite pyramids have remained in the shadows, their true purpose and meaning obscured by time. As the 21st century dawned, a new generation of archaeologists arrived in Sudan, armed not with dynamite, but with drones, ground-penetrating radar, and a deep respect for the past. Among them was Dr. Amira Hassan, a Sudanese Egyptologist whose passion for her homeland's history burned brighter than the desert sun. She believed that the Pyramids of Meroë held the key to understanding not just Kush, but the very origins of civilization itself. If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that bring history's greatest mysteries to life. Dr. Hassan's team began their work at dawn, when the air was still cool and the shadows long. They mapped the pyramids, cataloged their inscriptions, and sifted through the debris left by centuries of looters and neglect. What they found was astonishing. The pyramids were not mere copies of Egypt's wonders, but unique creations, each with its own story to tell. Some were steep and narrow, others squat and broad. Many were crowned with capstones carved in the shape of birds or lotus flower, symbols of rebirth and eternity. But it was the tombs beneath the pyramids that held the greatest surprises. In one, they found the remains of a queen, her body adorned with gold jewelry and amulets, inscribed with spells for the afterlife. In another, a cache of weapons and armor, evidence of a warrior king whose exploits had been lost to history. And in the deepest chamber of all, a stone tablet covered in cryptic symbols, neither Egyptian nor Kushite, but something older, stranger. As Dr. Hassan traced her fingers over the tablet's surface, she felt a chill run down her spine. The symbols seemed to pulse with a hidden energy, as if they were trying to speak across the ages. She sent photographs to linguists and codebreakers around the world, but none could decipher the script. Some speculated that it was a lost language, the tongue of a forgotten people who had once ruled the Nile. Others whispered of Atlantis, of ancient astronauts, of civilizations that had risen and fallen long before the pyramids of Giza were even a dream. The mystery deepened when satellite imagery revealed that the Pyramids of Meroë were not randomly placed, but aligned with uncanny precision to the stars. The layout mirrored the constellation Orion, just as the pyramids of Egypt did a cosmic map etched into the earth. Was this mere coincidence or evidence of a shared knowledge, a lost science that connected the ancient world in ways we are only beginning to understand? As word of these discoveries spread, the pyramids of Sudan became a magnet for adventurers, scholars, and seekers of truth. Among them was Professor Julian Carter, a British archaeologist with a reputation for chasing the impossible. He arrived in Meroë with a team of students determined to unlock the secrets of the stone tablet. For months, they worked in the shadow of the pyramids, piecing together fragments of history like detectives at a crime scene. One night, as a sandstorm raged outside their tent, Carter made a breakthrough. He realized that the symbols on the tablet were not a language, but a codea mathematical sequence that described the movement of the stars. The tablet, he concluded, was an ancient astronomical chart, a guide to the heavens created thousands of years before the Greeks or Babylonians had mapped the sky. But why would the Kushites go to such lengths to encode this knowledge? What did they hope to achieve by aligning their tombs with the stars? The answer, Carter believed, lay in the beliefs of the Kushite priests, who saw the cosmos as a living entity, a vast and mysterious force that governed the fate of kings and empires. By building their pyramids in harmony with the stars, they hoped to ensure the immortality of their rulers, to bind their souls to the eternal cycles of the universe. Yet even as these revelations came to light, new questions emerged. In the ruins of a temple near the pyramids, Dr. Hassan's team uncovered a series of murals depicting strange, otherworldly beings, slender figures with elongated skulls and eyes like polished obsidian. The murals showed these beings teaching the Kushites to build, to write, to chart the stars. Were they gods, as the ancient texts claimed, or something else entirely? The discovery ignited a firestorm of speculation. Some dismissed the murals as mere myth, the product of a culture's imagination. Others saw them as evidence of contact with a lost civilization, perhaps even visitors from beyond our world. The debate raged in academic journals, on internet forums, and in late-night documentaries, each theory more outlandish than the last. But for Dr. Hassan, the truth was both simpler and more profound. The pyramids of Sudan, she believed, were a testament to the ingenuity and ambition of the Kushite Papala civilization that had dared to dream on a cosmic scale. Their mysteries might never be fully solved, but their legacy endures, carved in stone and written in the stars. As the sun set over Meroë, casting the pyramids in long, haunting shadows, Dr. Hassan stood atop a dune and gazed out at the silent sentinels of the desert. She thought of the generations who had come before her kings and queens, priests and builders, dreamers and seekers. She thought of the secrets still buried beneath the sand, waiting to be discovered by those brave enough to ask the right questions. And she knew, in that moment, that the story of the pyramids of Sudan was far from over. It was a story written not just in stone, but in the hearts and minds of all who yearn to understand the mysteries of our world. So, the next time you find yourself staring up at the night sky, remember the pyramids of Sudan, those enigmatic monuments that have stood for millennia, defying time, inviting us to look deeper, to wonder, to dream. For in their silent, stoic presence lies a challenge to seek the truth, no matter how strange or elusive it may be. And as long as there are those willing to listen, the pyramids will continue to whisper their secrets, calling us ever onward into the unknown. If you enjoyed this journey into the heart of ancient mystery, Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. The past is full of secrets. Let's uncover them together.